getting back to things, right? One thing I want to even ask both of you is like entering the whole acting industry, drama industry, whatever you'd call it. What have been the biggest challenges and like things to look out for in the sense where you know how people talk about the music industry and it's like, they're gonna this there's certain things wrong with it. There's clicks or don't know certain people or certain management teams try and bump you, stuff like that. What certain things
Mhm.
like do you have to look out for in that from your experiences like starting up?
I'm a I think I probably, but it's more like in the kind of self-development area, which is obviously the click thing, because obviously, like,
Mm,
if you don't know, you don't know, you do you know what I mean?
mm,
Um, I wouldn't really say that I faced my difficulties yet. I think when I tap into trying to connect with people, like wanting to, get a show on TV and produce, like that's probably when I'll see, who cares, who doesn't, why are they rejecting, you know what I mean, and all that type of stuff. But I feel like when it just comes to like say an agent throws you into an audition, like, okay, let me talk about that. At the start of it, I probably wouldn't take. I don't even think I still did take not hearing back personally because you don't hear back. Like, you know what I mean? It kind of goes out your mind. But like now, it's way more solid. Like now, like I even like there's so many actors who say, oh, they do the audition once it's done, they literally just shake it off with them. Do you know what I mean? So I'll probably say that was the only challenge, and now it's like I don't really care. Like it's finna come. Plus, my advice, which I've even learned from, I remember I was on Clubhouse and like you have these people talking, like I was in these rooms with these American producers and stuff and whatever it is. But something that I've came to terms with, like, you've got to be in tune with yourself. So you kind of know, where is your weak spot when you deal with these, afflictions and stuff and what you can deal with. And being in tune with myself, I know where I'm trying to go. And where I'm trying to go is like I'm trying to lead a TV series, a big TV series, you know what I'm saying? And it's probably I don't mind if it's my own because I'm right. So I don't really care too much if I'm not hearing back for a commercial or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what I'll say on that.
what about for you?
Because that's a commercial.
I hear that. I agree with everything you just said as well. I think, yeah, when you know when you get to a point where you know what you can do, where you know what you're, you know what I'm saying, you can lead a series. You know you've got it in you right now to be a regular or a series lead. Yeah, the
Yeah,
work you put in, the energy you put into those types of things there is goes increases like by tenfold. It's crazy. Um,
yeah.
I think for me, the biggest thing is, or one of the biggest things at the beginning was time wasters, bare time wasters. You know,
I
people that,
like, yeah,
you know what I'm saying, people that maybe want to dabble in making films or want to dabble in doing a little something something, but their heart's not all the way in it. So, but they'll get you involved as if they are. Do you know what I'm saying? And they'll say, yeah, we're doing this and this is what's going on and rare, rare, rare. And then when it comes down to it, just it's like the fundamental plannings, the foundations aren't there. So the whole experience is
go with that.
just dead. And you know, or a lot of people want a lot of stuff for free. And I think
Yeah,
when you're first beginning, it's calm to network, to build,
Yeah,
to meet different people. Sometimes you've got to give a little something for free to get something back.
yeah,
But sometimes people, you know, you give them
yeah,
an inch and they take a mile. And I think one of the big things I had to learn at the start was you can't say yes to everything,
yeah.
because
You know what?
you'll end up saying yes to loads of things
yeah,
that is
Because that
just
reminds
dead.
me, like that's just a thing in life in general where because they were like, let's say you're just starting out, people will expect you to be willing to give everything for free to try and undermine your value. And like even if it's not on the grand scale yet, you can see the potential. But and even if other people see the potential, they'll try and obviously dampen like your esteem and try and let's say
ooh,
well in their words bring you to earth in the sense of they want to like
yeah,
try and make it seem as if they're doing you the biggest favors. Because it reminds me, even I'm sure both of you have seen the story, yeah, but it literally resurfaced on Twitter again today. Sylvester Stallone, like where he sold his dog, and then they wanted the Rocky script and all these things. Like, but ultimately, he knew that he wasn't just going to give that thing away and not be in it himself. And obviously, look where it took him now. Like, he stuck to his guns because he knew his own worth. That even if you want to, he was broke, homeless, but even if you want to give me just 300 bags one-time payment, and I'm not in this film as the star, whatever, because I wrote it, it's not enough. I need to be in it, even if I accept less. I feel like that's just a life thing. That's just a life thing in general. Yeah. Say what you're gonna say.
Yeah. No, because that's why like I'm so strong on the whole being in tune with yourself, innit? Because when I was in that clubhouse conversation, I'm talking to these the like Americans and producers and writers and stuff. I was like, because I think I referred to I think Michaela Cole kind of went through the same thing. Something about with I Made a Story, I think, tried to pitch to Netflix and they tried to do a little bit of finesse over there, and that's when I went to BBC and HBO and stuff. But like I like if I was to ever like pitch a show and like, you know, when it comes to the technicalities of not getting like a production credit or a director credit, I don't care. I probably wouldn't even take pay. Like as long as I'm in it, as long as I'm playing the role which I've kind of written for myself, I'm fine with that. But some people wouldn't be. Some people like they have to still get that executive producer credit, which they do say is very unlikely if it's like your first body of work in it. So it's kind of, and also it's like these like the thing what I've learned about the acting industry, right? It's business, man. It's so crazy when you think about it, because like to have like a Frozen or a Lion King or any something which like kids are enjoying, right? Behind it is so much business. Like,
yeah, of course.
I don't even know business, like stocks, like the way people are playing with it behind, you know what I'm saying? The production of these films is crazy, man. Like the financing and stuff and finding investors. Do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy to me when I
There's bare stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it as well behind the scenes. Like,
much.
Like I just started watching The Office. I don't know if you lot have watched that before. Obviously, The Office is just about a paper company, innit? And obviously, like you can go with W. Smith buy paper, like you see them in Staples. But then obviously, The Office, even though it's a comedy and it's not too serious here, but it even just goes to show like how much seriousness is actually behind it, and that's in everything. So like, it kind of takes me back to even just being in school, because you know when you're in school, you just see teachers and it's like they're just teachers. You don't actually think that they have like normal lives.
There's
like
so much behind. Like
sometimes you hear that in the staff room, like they get up to certain things, and sometimes you wonder, I wonder what they do in the staff room.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't actually realize. And then when obviously you grow older now, it's like now we're kind of the age of some of the younger teachers. Like, like there's bare like involvements in this. And it's the same with you. So like even if you were to just do like a small theatre production, like there's so much stuff behind it that goes into that.
Oh, so much, man.
In terms, like literally not just production costs and then above them and then sponsors and then all these different things. Like just a lot that goes into it. Like how in tune are you both with it? And like, are there any avenues of the stuff above, not even just directing and stuff like that? Like just, I can't even name you all of the stuff because there's multiple departments, but any of the stuff like higher above that you would research into or would like to somehow get into in the far future.